So Luminar or Lightroom, which is better for your photo editing, and is Luminar Neo even worth it to invest in? In this video, I'm going to be answering those questions, comparing this photo that I've already edited in Lightroom to some of the features in Luminar Neo, looking at that, comparing the two photos, and then explaining why I think Luminar Neo is actually worth it, whether or not you already own Lightroom. Hey, my name is David Johnson. Let's just jump right into this and look at Luminar. So right off the bat, you can see when you import a photo, it comes right in here. I can just jump right in and start editing this photo right away. I think one of the huge benefits of Luminar Neo is the speed at which you can actually edit. So it comes with a lot of presets. I can just go to Easy Landscapes here, click on this, and let's just try long exposure. And when that comes up, we already have a photo that's basically done. I could literally export this photo and be done with my entire editing process. So looking at just this photo, I can use this as a jumping spot, a springboard for starting my edit. So now that I have a preset in, I'm gonna go to Edit and start working on some of the fine tuning of what this preset has actually done. One of the things I actually love about Luminar is all of their AI features like AI Enhance. So what I can do here is just pull this AI accent slider up and down to see what it does. This is doing multiple things at once, which is another time saver. If you were to do this in Lightroom, you'd have to go into highlights and shadows, lights and darks, curve adjustment tool. What you can do here is just pull up one slider and you're adjusting contrast, you're adjusting highlights, shadows, whites and blacks all in one slider, which is what I love. So I'm just gonna pull that up a little bit. Sky enhancer, I'm gonna increase slightly. Now, I'm not going to replace skies or anything like that. I'm just gonna stick with this photo. I'm a landscape purist and I love just sticking with the photo that I'm able to get in the field, but that feature is in here. Next, I'm gonna go down to Structure AI and click on that, and I'm gonna pull that up a little bit. What Structure AI does is it basically acts as kind of like a clarity slider, but it also adds a little bit more tuning into your highlights and your shadows as well. So again, a tool that's doing multiple things at once. So here we have our photo and what we've been able to do. You can also boost this effect a little bit more. I lay off the boost a lot just because it makes the photo look a little bit fake. So I think the structure tool does just as good a job without the boost. So I'm just gonna pull that all the way back down. Now, let me just say, we've already made tons of edits to this photo and just a fraction of the time that I would spend in Lightroom. And let me say too, I'm not affiliated or sponsored by Luminar for this video. I just wanted to show you this because I think it's a really great software for you to use. If you want to check it out, click on the pinned comment and have that link to where you can get Luminar for your own photography. And also there's one in the video description as well. So I'm gonna go down to color because a lot of times when you use these presets, if you look at the sky, it's extremely blue. Remember, the presets are a starting point for your photography. What I'm gonna do is pull that blue down because I think it looks a little bit fake in this right now. So I'm gonna go to HSL, which is hue, saturation, and luminance. And I'm going to come down to the hue option and go to saturation and then click and pull that blue saturation down a little bit to reduce the blue saturations in this photo. Now that I have that done, I'm gonna keep sliding down and add a little bit more to this photo. I'm gonna put a vignette in here just to pull more attention to the center of the frame. So I'm just gonna pull that vignette into a black section to darken the corners of this photo. You also have a lot of creative tools that you have here. So Relight is a great one where you can darken or brighten the very front or foreground of your photo. So I can increase that brightness and get a brighter foreground closer to the camera, or I can pull that back down and darken that section as well. So you'll see if I pull it all the way down, it makes the front of the photo really, really dark. And if I have it all the way up to the top, it makes it really, really bright. So I'm just gonna darken that a little bit and I'm gonna increase the brightness far away a little bit more too. And with this, you can also play around with the depth of this tool. So depth just means how far into the photo that effect is actually going. So I'm gonna pull the depth up a little bit to make that go further into the photo just slightly. Now you also have tools in here like atmosphere, sun rays, dramatic. We can go to dramatic and just see, okay, I'm gonna pull this up and make this really, really dramatic. Again, a lot of these effects make the photo look fake. You wanna be very calm and judicious when you're actually using these features. So I'm just gonna make it slightly dramatic, just a 1 on that too. So I think this is a great starting point. In just a second, I'm gonna show you one feature that I think separates Luminar ahead of Lightroom. But first I wanna ask you the question of the day. Do you think Luminar is a contender to Lightroom? And are you using it for your photography? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to know what you think about that. And if you're getting any value out of this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel because we're coming out with videos like this all the time. Let's move on to that one tool that I think separates Luminar away from Lightroom, and it's your layers feature here. So if I come up here to the left side of the screen, I'm just gonna click add new layer, and that's actually going to let me add a completely new layer to this photo. Now you have a lot of these presets down here that have different effects. What I like to do for especially photos like this is go in and add a completely similar photo to the one I actually have. Maybe there are different cloud arrangements that I like from that morning, or maybe I want to stack an effect one on top of the other, or maybe I just want to combine exposures with this effect. So I can go in here and just click on a similar photo. Let's just say I want to do this one, and it's going to pull that photo in as a layer on top of this one. That would allow me to edit a lot of these features similarly, and again, combine exposures. Maybe I'm focus stacking these two photos together, and that's going to allow me to do that with this feature. So that sets Luminar so far apart from Lightroom, because in Lightroom, you would typically have to go to Photoshop to do that, come back to Lightroom to make some more edits, go back to Photoshop to finish those off. In Luminar, you're doing this all in one sweep. So we've compared, here are the two photos side by side, Luminar and Lightroom. Again, very similar, but here's why I think Luminar is actually worth it and might be better than Lightroom. Because the speed at which I was able to do this in just a very short amount of time, combining edits with a lot of their artificial intelligence sliders that I showed you in this video, and the cost on top of that. So if you look at the cost of Luminar Neo, you can either pay for a monthly subscription billed annually or per month, or you can buy for a lifetime. Now they're pushing the monthly subscription for $9.08 at the time of this video. But if you wanted to buy that for the lifetime and just buy it one time, it would be $119. So if you were to buy Lightroom and continue paying for that monthly subscription, that would be over $10 a month. So you'd be paying more for Lightroom, less for Luminar, so Luminar wins on the cost battle as well. Not to mention a lot of these plugins that you can get with Luminar 2, HDR merge, focus stacking, and a lot of others that are gonna help you do very advanced techniques that you would usually have to go from Lightroom to Photoshop back and forth. Now you can do it all in one software. So for me, if I were starting out in photography, or if I were just getting into new editing techniques, I would definitely invest in Luminar. And it's something that I've actually done because I now have it on my computer too. And it's a software that I'm using more and more for my professional landscape photos that I'm sending off to clients and that they're absolutely loving. So if you don't have an editing software yet, look at Luminar. Again, that link to Luminar is in the pinned comment and in the video description for you to check out if you want to. If you're already using Lightroom, there's actually a Lightroom plugin for Luminar too, so you can go ahead and use both at the same time. That is a pro move right there. I definitely think Luminar Neo is worth it, and I think they're going to make huge strides coming to surpass Lightroom in the near future. Hey, keep learning about Luminar. Watch this video on some of the features that you can get in Luminar and how you can use those to improve your photography as well.